Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and a bit of Chelsea news update. We're almost into the end of the international break. And I'll tell you what, guys, it has been a real slog, this international break. It's been tough. There's been next to nothing happening. Any Chelsea news that has happened has not been good news in terms of Romeo Lavia's injury, but yeah, it's been a slog. International football is so dead. Like, honestly, I don't know how anyone enjoys it. Outside of major tournaments, which aren't really even that great until you get to the knockout stages, these qualifiers are so dead. Like, the only thing you're thinking is, can just hopefully no one gets injured. But yeah, it's been tough. It has been tough. We've got a bit of news to go through. Romeo Lavia is set to be out for at least 6 weeks, could potentially be 8 weeks. So his debut is likely to be delayed until the end of October, which is not ideal given he's not even played for us yet. But I suppose we've got Conor Gallagher in good form and we've kept Leslie Ugochukwu around the place. So whilst it's obviously not ideal, it's not a complete disaster in terms of him being a massively important first team player right now at this point in time. We're going to be discussing the treatment of Mykhailo Mudryk. So I think it's getting a little bit out of hand. It seems to be a mass pile-on on him. And it's totally out of hand in my view. So we're going to dive into that, get into the nitty gritty there. And we've also got positive news that after the international break, Broja, Badiashile and Reece James are expected to return, which would be a big boost for Pochettino and the boys. So there's lots to discuss as always. So we'll make sure you get your thoughts in the chat as you always do. Please make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on that bell notification so you know every time some content goes up on the channel. And let's say hello to a few people in the chat and then we're going to dive right into it. Okay, guys. So what have we got popping off then? So why Chelsea should not just play midfield two of Caicedo and Enzo. Connor and Gallagher is probably going to play as an 8. Look, we can definitely do Caicedo and Enzo to start with for sure. Tour, is that meant to be poor? I'm not really sure what that means. Yeah, it's going to be after the international break, October. Yeah, Reece James coming back indeed. I really want Chelsea to have a fully fit squad. Yeah, fully fit squad. Not asking for much. Not asking for much, but yeah, fully fit squad would be ideal. Hopefully, at some point in this season, it happens. Yes, Shavinja, big up my guy. Hope you're good. Yeah, Legends game on Saturday night was great. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but I watched it. It was great. Good to see so many old faces back at the club, and a few that can legit still play as well. By the way, you know, Gary Cahill doesn't look like he's he'd be too out of place on a football pitch. Same with Mykhailo. Great to see Zola. Great to see JT score minute 26. So yeah, it was great. Yes, what's up, my guy? Hope you're good. SCN, yeah, SCN JT. Yeah, it was a good evening for sure, and all in honor of the legend Vialli. You can't catch a break. Once this bad luck runs out, we'll fly. Yeah, bad luck happens to everyone. So hopefully at some point, our bad luck is going to start ending and other people's bad luck will start beginning. But we certainly had our fair share at this early stage of the season. Yeah, it appears to be so. It appears to be so at this point in time. It's not ideal for us, but yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. You know, we can moan about it, we can complain about it, but at the end of the day, it's something that's out of our control as fans, and we just have to roll with it. You know, it's as simple as that. Really, there's nothing we can do to change it ourselves, so we're just gonna have to accept it. I was England game, and thank goodness Chilwell didn't get injured. Yeah, hopefully Chile doesn't play tomorrow night. That would be ideal, really. I mean, you've got England-Scotland up in Scotland tomorrow, some 150th anniversary thing. Hopefully he doesn't play just so he can't get injured, basically. But no, and Chelsea players at this point in time could get injured walking to the bus or something stupid like that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But let's dive into the main news then, people. Let's get to it. So I guess the big news coming out today, although there's been no confirmation from the club yet, we're still awaiting that. There are reports coming out stating that the ankle injury sustained by Romeo Lavia is probably going to keep him out for at least a month and a half. There is a muscle tear confirmed, muscle tear / ligament damage, and that's been reported by Sacha Tavolieri, who was obviously the first one to report that Lavia had picked up an injury in training. Now, no official confirmation from Chelsea yet, but we're looking at anywhere in my opinion, from what's out there, we're looking at anything from 6 to 8 weeks, really. So Again, that means that Lavia is going to miss the games against Bournemouth, Villa, Brighton in the Cup, Fulham, and Burnley. He's going to miss the next 5 matches, and he's going to have to wait a little bit longer to make his debut. Now, I think we've got the squad and the capabilities to obviously get by without him. Yes, of course, we'd love that extra option in there to keep things, to keep things interesting. Yeah, look, it's a problem, but we've got capable cover, which is why for me it was really important that we kept Conor Gallagher, and it's actually worked out reasonably well that we've also managed to keep Ugo Chukwu, who is obviously of a similar profile. Yes, Mohan man, beat yourself up. Appreciate the support. Everyone is talking about all aspects of our team, but nothing on the goalkeeper. His stats so far are shocking. Do you know what? I actually don't think Sanchez has been as bad as people are making out. He's not played a lot of football recently. I think he's a lot better than people are saying he is. I just think he needs. Look, there's a few things that haven't looked that great, 100%. But I just think he needs, a little bit of time, get used to the club, get used to the surroundings, get more confidence, and then we should see his performances improve because he is a good goalkeeper. Look, is he the long-term answer to Chelsea's number 1 position? Only time will tell. You have to say no right now, but I think you have got a good goalkeeper, and until Petrovic comes in, proves himself, and and is given an opportunity, then Sanchez is going to be the number 1 for the foreseeable future. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But a lot of people are saying that that Petrovic. They think that Petrovic could well displace Sanchez by the end of the season. People that have watched him play and know stuff about him. I mean, I don't really know anything about him, so we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. Hope Lavia is back for the hard games. Well, yeah, we've got a real tough run in October. Once we come back from that second international break, those fixtures are peak. We've got some real tough ones: Spurs and Newcastle away, City at home. There's some really difficult ones. We've got Arsenal as well. We've got a lot of difficult games coming up. Sanchez is not elite. No, I would agree with that right now. There's very few goalkeepers that are in the elite bracket. I don't think he's as bad though as people say he is. But yeah, look, he's certainly got some improving to do. I believe that he can improve. And yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens on that front. But I mean, back to the Lavia thing, yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately, guys. Out with an injury. It's not ideal. It's better than what it could have been. I mean, at the moment, it seems that any Chelsea injury tends to be, do you know what I mean? It tends to be like a 6 weeks minimum out. That's like the minimum expectation. And then, of course, anything better than that is a bonus. Chukwuemeka's still about a month away now as well, which is not ideal either. So, yeah, it kind of... It is what it is right now, isn't it? It is what it is right now. What can we do, people? What can we do? There's not an awful lot we can do. I mean, guys, let me know in your thoughts in the chat. How disappointed are you? Do you think we can get by without Lavia? It's a bit of a blow, but I mean, what are your thoughts on it? We're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see him now. Probably maybe another 6 weeks. We're gonna have to wait to see Lavia feature. But I think, look, I'd rather us be overly cautious in trying to bring players back. That is better to do that, in my opinion, to be overly cautious than to come back early and have a setback. So I'd rather wait an extra week or 2 if necessary, and we kind of see what happens there. I had a similar injury. It took me 3 to 4 months to recover. Plus, I was never as fast and could not stop on a dime any longer. I mean, to be fair, though, when you're elite athletes, you can probably recover quicker and you've got access to a lot better, medical care and all that sort of stuff. No, we don't want to be rushing them back. But yeah, our injury record is ridiculous. I mean, I've mentioned it on the show before. We're not going to kind of bore you guys with the ins and outs again. But yeah, it's long for us right now. It is long for us. There's not much that we can do. We just have to accept it. But players are starting to come back after the break, though. That's a positive. So for the first time after the break, looks like we're going to have Broja back in the mix, Badiashile back in the mix, and Reece James back in the mix. So the squad is going to start to be looking a little bit better. It's going to be a bit stronger, so there's going to be decent options there for us, people. And that's a big, big boost. There's not been it's not been the ideal start to the season. We need these players back. We need to get close to a point where we can actually play our strongest team. And it looks like we're not going to be able to play our strongest team until the end of October. If you're including Lavia in that team, obviously, we're in Kunku not until January, so we are going to be waiting quite a long time to be seeing our full strength team. Yes, bro. Hope you're good. He's not the keeper I want to see when we are playing that run from hell. No, fair enough. It's all opinions at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know enough about Petrovic at all. Never watched him play or anything like that. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a while, brother. That's going to be a little bit of a while. No, there's been no exact details, but obviously I think it's ankle ligament damage. So any of those ligaments in the ankle could be any one of those. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, look, the Lavia thing is going to be whatever it is, whether it's 6 weeks, whether it's 8 weeks, guys. We're not going to be seeing him until after the international break, so the end of next month, which, yeah, is a little bit peak. Can't lie, it's not looking great for us on that front. We've got Ugachukwu. Hopefully, we see more from Ugachukwu. Obviously, we'll be seeing a bit more of Conor Gallagher. There's going to be a lot of options, people. There are going to be a decent chunk of options. Chelsea are playing 2 fixtures in January. Do you think Nkunku will be back for Fulham at home? Absolutely no idea. I'd like to think so, but until we get some more updates on how things are going, I've got no idea whether we're going to be in business for that or not. And talking of injuries, we had a little update from Chukwuemeka on his Instagram. Actually, he's posted a little thing. It's looking like he's back out on the pitch. So let me just quickly find it. So some positives there potentially. Looks like there could be some running on the grass. Could be anything, guys. But I'll bring it up on the screen. And so he's set to be out for at least another month, 3 weeks or so. But yeah, Chukwuemeka obviously at Cobham at the moment. There we go. Boots on. So I don't know if he's doing anything with the ball. I would imagine it would be a little bit of light running or something along those lines. But look, that's certainly a positive in his recovery from the knee injury that he picked up at West Ham, guys. That's certainly a positive on that front for sure. So yeah, look, that's good news, guys. Good news. But again, we just have to be patient and hope that nothing much goes wrong in the rehabilitation from these injuries, because at the end of the day, we've been down this road so many times before. So many players getting injured. So many players, doing all sorts. Let's hope that no one suffers any setbacks in their recovery from these injuries. That's what we need. We just need clean rehab. We just need all these things to go in the right direction for us. That much is abundantly clear. But with these guys coming back from injury as well, people, I mean, obviously I probably will talk about it later on in the week as well, but I think it's also important. Let me just bring this back up. We had so Badiashile is going to return. Now this one here is the big one where you're thinking, well, there's maybe a little bit of a decision to make here, because we're playing a back four. If it's a case that if Pochettino is going to stick with Levi Colwill at left back and Ben Chilwell at left wing, which I hope to God he doesn't, but if he does, then Badiashile should be partnering Thiago Silva, and Disasi should drop to the bench. I think we can all agree with that. But people, I want to know what happens when Badiashile's fit, Levi Colwill plays in the middle. Who plays alongside Colwill? Is it Silva or is it Badiashile? There's going to be a decision that has to be taken there. Or does Levi Colwill potentially miss out? These are the questions that have got to be answered, people. And a centre-back position, as I've said many times before, is one where you do not want to be rotating that partnership on a regular basis. You want to play your first-choice centre-back pairing as often as possible. And I just wonder where Badiashile fits in that, in Pochettino's thoughts and in the Chelsea central defence. Where does he fit in? Is he first rotation? Is he starter? What's he going to be? These are all questions that are going to need answering, and there's some difficult decisions to be made. There's some difficult decisions to be made. That's for sure. So, I mean, people, what do you think? Badiashile should be one of the first choice centre backs on the team sheet? Let me know in the chat, guys. Only 50 of us locked in at the moment. Numbers not great at this point in time, but there's not been an awful lot going on. So I appreciate each and every single one of you that is locked in. Please do smash the like button as well, guys. We're only on 32 likes. Let's get this to 50 likes as quickly as possible, guys. Come on, let's get it moving, people. 46 in the building, only 34 likes. Let's get this to 50. We can get 16 more likes here. There's definitely a load of you lurking in the chat that haven't smashed that like button. So please do hit the like button, people. Run those likes up to 50. It's free. It massively helps out more than you could imagine. The likes are really, really important. So let's get that done, people. Let's get that done, guys. So please do smash the like button. I think Badiashile and Disasi played together as they've been teammates already. Fair. No, in terms of return, it doesn't mean, return straight to the first team. He'll be obviously back in training with a view to being involved in the matchday squad. That's what I would imagine on that front, guys. That's what I'd be imagining, people. Obviously, Broja coming back as well. Apparently, Broja's been ready for a while, but Chelsea haven't wanted to rush him. So, yeah. I mean, Cole Palmer as well, people, has just picked up an assist. Oh, that's real nice. He's picked up an assist for the 21s. I mean, they're away against Luxembourg even. Not exactly a difficult test. I'd almost back myself to score against them. But yeah, Cole Palmer, nice link up with Noni Mudryk in the 21s. So yeah. I doubt James is okay. No, not right yet. Don't rush Badiashile back. That's fair. Yeah, no, mate, I hear you. It's a frustration shared by the vast majority of the Chelsea fan base. No one is quite sure why that's happening, why that's taking place. So we just have to accept it for now and hope that during the international break, Pochettino has seen sense, and hopefully that Pochettino has seen sense and plays people in their actual positions. There's not much to ask to play Ben Chilwell at left back and Levi Colwill at centre back. Not asking much, people. We're not asking much, guys. No idea what number Broja is going to be. I'm sure it's already sorted, but I don't know what number he's going to be. Hopefully he's not taken the number 9, but I actually don't know. But hopefully he's got more sense than to take that number 9. Let's hope that's the case. But it is an interesting question, And do you know what's also interesting as well, people, is that where Cole Palmer's going to fit in. Cole Palmer in the first half for the 21s has been playing centrally, so as a 10. So it's quite interesting. He's been playing there. He's been playing as a number 10. Mudryk been playing wide right. I mean, it's all good practice and link up for Chelsea. That much is abundantly clear. It's all good that they get that him and obviously Mudryk forming more of an understanding. Obviously, know each other from the 21s. But just some thoughts here. Cole Palmer assists for England under 21s. Really enjoying watching him play centrally with Mudryk next to him on the right. Think that with Sterling on the left, Jackson up front, and Caicedo and Enzo behind would work well for Chelsea at the moment with the players available. I would tend to agree with that. I actually think that could well be our best setup, having, Jackson up top, Sterling on the left, Cole Palmer in the 10, and Mudryk on the right. That right now for me, with Enzo and Caicedo behind in that pivot, I think that's a pretty solid. But it's a pretty solid situation to be in with our sort of front seven, as it were, or front six even. Yeah, I think that front six is looking pretty tasty if we roll with that for a little bit. Difference between Chelsea losing is the international break. Hope it's not number 9 yet. Reece was said to need 2 months, and I've seen photos with him back on the grass. Same thing with Kane. Now Lavia's timeline. I think I don't know. Look, no one's medical experts here. We don't really have any idea. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Bro, I respectfully disagree on that completely. Look, Marina was great in certain aspects, but in other aspects, she was poor. If we still had Marina in charge, we wouldn't have sold half the players that we did sell. And we'd be offering mad contracts to average players. So for me, look, she served the purpose and, thankful for what she's done for Chelsea. But yeah, we can't be revisionist and going back and thinking that she would be better, because the reality is that she absolutely wouldn't be any better. It's as simple as that for me. And the next 5 games will tell all we need to know about the rest of the season. Yep, these next 5 games are massive, absolutely massive. In terms of the ones that are coming up, people, we do need, we need points on the board. As I've said, regardless of the Carabao Cup game, the 4 league matches, we need 10 points minimum. Realistically, it's got to be 4 wins. In my opinion, it needs to be 4 wins. But let's wait and see what happens, though, people. That's all we can do. We are risking short-term success just to have long-term injuries and more issues. I mean, that's obviously your opinion, and that's fine. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. So yeah. What else have we got going on? Yes, big up, Nick. Hope you're good. Yeah, look, I think this is the natural one to see. I think this is why, obviously, Cole Palmer was signed more than for just this reason, but to see him play as a number 10 right now, I think that makes the most sense, particularly with obviously Chukwuemeka injured, who had kind of been deputizing there. It makes the most sense now to play, him in that Cole Palmer in that 10 position. He can link up with Sterling, who he knows from Man City. He can link up with Mudryk, who he knows obviously from the 21s and has known him for quite a long time. So yeah, for me, there's no reason for us not to see that lineup. It's as simple as that. I really want to, against Bournemouth. I know I've been banging the Mudryk drum, but right now it seems that he's not fit. He's low on confidence. I mean, I want him to play, but look, maybe that situation is a little bit gone at this point in time. Maybe he's not going to be starting straight away, even though I think he should be. That for me is a lineup that that would be looking good, people. I can't lie. That would be looking pretty decent, in my opinion. By the way, guys, what's not looking decent is the number of likes. We've got 42 locked in, only 42 likes. So there's people in there that definitely haven't smashed that like button. So make sure, guys, you're hitting that like button. Let's get this to 50 likes as quickly as possible, guys. As quickly as possible, people. That would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, let's do it as quickly as possible, guys. Keep running those likes up. Keep smashing that subscribe button as well. 7 likes to 50 likes. No excuse not to be hitting the 50 like mark imminently, guys. Should be plain sailing, people. Let's keep it moving. But yeah, look, that for me is what we need to see. Yeah, we're going to get into this in a sec. It's sickening to see players on loan take shots at our club. It puts a bad name on us and will make us less attractive. No, I don't agree with that at all. It doesn't make us less attractive. It's just one player's opinion of the situation. You know, players will make up their own minds. So look, obviously, you never want that, but you know, it's not as big for me. To be honest, I'll be surprised if we win 2 out of our next 5. No, fair. I hear you. You know, yeah, for sure. There's reasons. There's not many reasons for the confidence to be high at this point in time. But you know what? We could be in a decent situation, people. We could be in a decent situation at some point. Clive Walker needs to have a word with Mudryk. Who's Clive Walker? Am I showing my youth there? I don't know who Clive Walker is. No one does. No one is a medical expert, but 11 injuries in a 28-man squad is a terrible injury record. There will be no top 5 if we even get another 2 to 3 injuries. Look, injuries could definitely have a big impact on where we end up finishing this season. I don't think there's any two ways about it, guys. Absolutely agree on that front. If Poch keeps on experimenting, we'll be last. I know we won't be last, but yeah, look, I still believe in this team. I believe in the project, but we've got to see a few things. We've got to see a few things switching up because you know there's no way we can. Do you know what I mean? There's no way we can carry on as we are continuing. So yeah, it's a mad one, isn't it? It's a mad one. But I mean, guys, do you want to have a look at this? Let's have a look at the Cole Palmer assist, people. Let's have a look at this Cole Palmer assist quickly. I'm going to bring it up on the screen, guys. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted for this. I shouldn't get copyrighted for it. We're gonna have a little view. So here's the Palmer assist, people. I'll watch it with no.
Cole Palmer.
So okay, I don't know if we can see that well. So ball's out of Mudryk, takes on the player, plays it to Cole Palmer. Oh, that's such a great slide of that sort of slide rule pass. That kind of ability to unlock the defense there. That's nice. We're going to watch it one more time. Cole Palmer, to me, strikes me as a guy that can unlock the low block, which we really struggle with. Look at that. That's just such a great pass. So, yeah, people, I think we've got good options here. Good options. A nice assist there from Cole Palmer in the 21s. Clive Walker, winger from the 70s, played with Langley Wilkins, went to Sunderland. Okay, fair enough. Try that's about. Or is it? I mean, bro, 70s is like nearly 20 to 30 years before I was born. So, yeah, no, apologies, but I hadn't heard of him, Clive Walker. Can we at least have Mudryk start if we won't start Mudryk? I agree on that. I'm sure Poch is keeping an eye out on what's going on at this point in time on the international break. But yeah, look, those are the guys that. Let me just pull this quick. Get that sun out. Yeah, those are the guys that we need to be seeing playing on a regular basis. We need as many people on the pitch as we can get, guys. We need as many attackers on the pitch as we can get because we know that we just don't score many goals, and we don't really know when that's going to look like having a bit of a switch up. We just don't know at this point in time, people. That is the reality of the situation. Clive Walker was great, still around. Charlie Cook before was better. Yeah, I've heard of Charlie Cook before. But yeah, I hadn't heard of Clive Walker. But yeah, now I know. Now I know. Every day is a school day, people. Every day is a school day. But we're going to move away from this injuries and all that sort of stuff, and we are going to move on to discussing the situation surrounding Mykhailo Mudryk. Now, I put a video out the other day on this, just kind of defending him. But obviously, we've had those developments over the weekend. And yeah, it just seems to be, at this point in time, people, it just seems to be a mass pile-on Mudryk. It really does. But in positive news, he appears to have avoided an injury setback as he took part in Ukraine's latest training session as they get ready to play Italy in Milan, I think, tomorrow night. So hopefully he starts in that game, kind of a positive game. Just before we get into it all, it's clear that, to me, he's lacking confidence big time. He's lacking fitness as well. And he just seems to not be in a great position, at this point in time, people, that for me is the biggest concern. I don't have concerns about his ability or anything like that, but I think what is a problem for me is that this narrative around the price tag. The price tag is obviously not it's not his fault. But I think the problem is, right, for me, too many people are going in too strong on the criticism. Look, I think for me, it's just, if you're worried, it's kind of justified, the criticism maybe, but no one should be giving up on him at this point. And what's really annoying is when people say, "Oh, we paid 100 million quid for him." A, we didn't. We paid 100 million euros, and B, those add-ons might never be reached. Those add-ons are based on us winning the Premier League and winning the Champions League during his stay at the club. That might not happen. But if that does happen, it means the deal's been worthwhile. So it's win-win. So the only money that Chelsea have paid right now for Mudryk is 62 million pounds. So that doesn't help the reporting of the price tag. Yes, 62 million pounds is still a lot of money, and you would arguably expect a bit more from an investment of that size. But I'm not saying that 62 is not a lot of money. But people are consistently, and the media are doing this as well, consistently misquoting the money that Chelsea paid for Mudryk. That's not helpful. Really not helpful. Really not helpful at all. But I don't know why so many people seem out to get him. So many people seem desperate for him to be a failure and for it to not work out. I just personally don't understand it. This guy's not hardly been here 2 minutes, and he's getting pelters left, right, and centre. It's just a mad one. It's a mad one. But you only have to look at. I don't want to say like he's similar, but I mean, I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen. But what I'm saying is, other wingers have come to the Premier League and started slowly and then exploded into life. I'm not saying exactly the same thing's going to happen potentially, but look at someone like Gabriel Martinelli. When he first came over to Arsenal, he wasn't really in the side that much. He struggled for form early on, and now he's flourished and blossomed. He's starting every week, and he's having a real impact. I've absolutely got the faith. I've got the patience that Mudryk will come good at Chelsea, and there's no way he's not a better option at left wing than Chilwell is. So Poch is going to have to take heat for that decision if he keeps doing it, and he keeps putting Cole at left back when Mudryk's available. 100%, Mudryk has got a lot to work on. He's clearly not fit right now. It's clear his confidence is low. And it doesn't help that those things are only helped by playing regularly. And by not playing, those things are going to remain low. There's a lot of noise. The price tag, as I said, is not his fault. I think he's quite similar in a way to Madueke, but Mudryk seems to get loads more heat than Madueke does. I'm not saying that Madueke should be having any heat or anything like that, but he seems to cop way more heat than Madueke does, and I feel they're actually very similar, if I'm being totally honest. And obviously goes on, and the rival fan noise as well. I think the transfer saga with Arsenal certainly didn't help proceedings there in terms of the pressure. That wasn't ideal either, if we're being totally honest, people. And guys, everyone always overlooks the human side of things. What's going on in Ukraine affecting him as well. The solution is hard. It's hard to know what the solution is. It's hard to know what the solution is right now, because look, I trust Poch to get it right. But Chelsea fans need to show more faith and patience with this guy. There's clearly a player in there. And at some point, I've got full belief it's going to click. I think he's got the right mentality for it, and he's still young. And look, he might be 22 years of age, but in terms of the number of actual games of football he's played, he's not played a lot of senior games of football at all. I don't even think he played 50 games for Shakhtar Donetsk. Someone can look that up in the chat. Has he played 50 games? Did he play 50 games for Shakhtar? I'm not sure if he did or not. But you know, yeah. Look, people are just way too harsh, and as for that idiot that obviously, you know, was. I disagree with that. I disagree. Look, he's young, he's raw, and he's developing. And as he develops, that decision making will improve. I get it that some players are obviously better at making decisions than others, but I don't think you can say that at 22 years of age, you're just writing him off and saying there's no football IQ there and kind of just giving up on him. I totally disagree on that. Our entire fan base needs to learn to calm down. We're expecting prime players with no experience. You know, exactly. You know, we're expecting young players with obviously a lot of talent, but with next to no experience in terms of senior football, almost hardly any experience. And we're expecting them to come into the toughest league in the world and make an instant impact. Like if that's what if those are our expectations, then that's on us to change our expectations and lower them. I mean, in hindsight, for me, I know it sounds like a weird thing to say, but in reality, probably how good that debut was up at Anfield, it could have done with it being with not really doing anything on the pitch at Anfield, because then that set the expectation. And people were just like, wow, this kid's unreal. You know, he's got it. And they started expecting. Whereas if he just had a bit of a low-key debut, then things could have worked out a little bit better. Maybe there'd be a little bit less heat on him. You know all that sort of thing. But look, I mean, that idiot, that's a Chelsea fan that was fucking abusing his own player at the England game out in Poland. Pathetic individual, rightfully got cooked on the timeline, and hopefully the club deal with him and he gets banned or whatever, or he has his Chelsea pitch owner's share taken away, or whatever it might be. He's not going to be a popular guy at Stamford Bridge. Thinks he's a bit of a geezer. Looks like a total prick, and yeah, he's not going to be wanting to bump into anyone at Stamford Bridge, because he's not going to be warmly received at all. I can certainly tell you that much. I mean, what is the point in that? What was he expecting to come out of that? And then showing off about it. Complete idiot. So yeah, there we go. That's my little little thoughts on that. But look, Mudryk, for me, he just needs a run of games. He needs an arm around the shoulder. He needs some trust. And he needs to be allowed to make mistakes. That is the key here for me. He's got to be allowed to make mistakes, guys. Needs to be allowed to make the mistakes. That's as simple as that. As simple as that. So I'm just not sure. Look, for me, there's ability there. You don't do what he's done in the Champions League, like against the likes of Real Madrid, against the Leipzigs. You only have to look at his highlight reel from that Champions League group stage with Shakhtar. You can't tell me there's not a player there and he's not got something. So it's going to take time, but like I'm not on this bandwagon of people writing players off. The guy's played the equivalent of 8 full games for Chelsea in his time at Chelsea so far. So Poch needs to give this guy a chance. You cannot tell me, right? No one in the chat can tell me that Ben Chilwell is a better option at left wing than Mudryk is. I'm sorry. There's no one tuned in now that can be telling me that Chilwell is a better left wing option than Mudryk. Absolutely no chance at all. Yes, proper Chelsea, big up. Again, us Chelsea supporters want it all now. Calm down, or it could be bad for Mudryk. So, well, I agree. What would I say if I saw that guy at Stamford Bridge? I have no idea. Yeah, Hawksby and Jacobs are absolute clowns on TalkSport. Complete joke. I don't know why they basically just attacking his livelihood, which is an absolute disgrace. The comments that came out on that show. The manager needs to be willing to give him a chance, win or lose. It's not going to happen. Pochettino needs to start getting results. Yeah, no, he doesn't start getting results, but you can't tell me that we've got a better chance of getting results with Chilwell at left wing instead of Mudryk. You know, do you know what I'm saying? There's no way. There's no way for me. We have to be one of the worst fan bases in terms of how we treat our players. Yeah, I would agree on that. Obviously, I'm not across other clubs' fan bases in the same way that I'm across the Chelsea fan base. But yeah, look, absolutely, people, absolutely. We're in a situation where, yeah, for me, the Chelsea fan base is one of the worst in terms of patience. That honestly, they're bordering on a disgrace. You know, it's really bad. You know, the Chelsea fan base is not great. Getting on people's backs like so quickly. It is kind of a mad one how quick we are getting on players' backs, people. I just don't understand. What are we hoping to achieve by like criticizing and putting down a young player? What are we hoping to achieve by that? I've got absolutely no idea what we are looking to achieve by doing that. It makes literally zero sense. It makes zero sense whatsoever. Yet we keep doing it all the time. There always has to be an agenda on a new player. I just don't get it. What happened to backing your own and supporting them? Why have we always got to criticize them? I just don't get it. Just need to give him time. I agree. We need to be back, my brothers. I'm tired of being mocked by rival fans. Yeah, I hear you, brother. We will be back. We will be back. I'm sure of it, and I will be there no matter what when we are back. But at the same time, yeah, look, it's not been great so far, but look, we will be back. We will be back. I agree on that. I've seen. If I were Mudryk, I would have stayed at Shakhtar instead of Chelsea. If the way they are treating him, I'll put in a transfer. No, I mean he's not going anywhere anytime soon, in my opinion. Real Madrid are ruthless. At least we aren't chasing down players' cars. Well, I mean, true. That is true. But I mean, at the same time, you know, in terms of the criticism and stuff, I just don't know why people just seem to be. Mudryk seems to be this target now that everyone's just jumping on for no apparent reasons in my mind. Like why are people doing that? Why are they jumping on him? I just don't understand it at all. I'm just kind of totally lost by it all. I seem to be totally lost. I just don't get it. TalkSport and Chelsea fans going about their Poch out after 4 games, yet just absolute clowns looking for attention. He's low on confidence. Please, supporters, don't make it worse. He didn't get this far in football for being shit. Agreed. Should we also ban people who boo Cucurella or manager? I don't agree with that person's action. I mean, maybe ban was a bit strong, but he should certainly face some consequences. And I think he's being cooked big time on Twitter, and people have reported him to various things. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We need to play at back 4, start that new goalkeeper. We have been playing a back 4. Actually, it's been Colwell at left back, Chilwell at left wing. That new keeper, maybe he plays against Brighton in the League Cup 3rd round. We've been spoilt by Abramovich, and now we have to rebuild our club, not just the team. I agree on that. People want to feel important on Twitter. They do. Backing your team gets you less to no interactions on Twitter. That's the problem. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree on that. You know, you're going to get more interaction by saying, like, I'm convinced that half the time people do the things that they do just to get some clout online. They don't necessarily actually believe anything they're saying. So, yeah, it's kind of a mad one. It's a mad one. Yeah, he absolutely did. De Bruyne didn't look like a player at all at Chelsea. And my this is obviously going quite a long way down the line, but my major concern would be that if we did give up on Mudryk, which I'm not saying we are, but if we were to do that, then I think we would absolutely regret it, because he's the sort of person that would go on and hit levels at another club, and we'd look back and we'd think, what are we doing, sort of things. For me, we've got to keep faith with this guy. He's not even been at the club a season yet. It's ridiculous that we're even having to have this conversation. My man's not even been here for one season yet. So yeah, it's mad. It is madness. I can't lie. It is an absolute mad one. People making hasty judgments. Obviously, no squad about. Yeah, they don't know anything. Chelsea is a toxic environment for young players now because there is no one else to take on responsibility. You cannot afford having a team full of young players when you're Chelsea. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out one way or another, guys, what is going to happen this season with this team. Chelsea on TalkSport was doing my needs. Yeah, they like TalkSport again is another one where I don't know if they just say it for the engagement or they actually mean it, but TalkSport just seems to love to talk about Chelsea. Everyone's got something to say about Chelsea, it seems. It's kind of a mad one, but yeah, look, we just got to trust Mudryk. Simple as that. We just have to trust him, really do. And we've had another one, an assist from Mudryk in that same under-21s game against Luxembourg. Those boys, the Chelsea lads, doing well. They're a couple of an assist each. Obviously, it is only Luxembourg, but you still got to contribute if you can, which is great. And there's been a Malo Gusto assist as well in the France under-21s games. Assist from Malo Gusto to Rayan Cherki. That could have been a Chelsea thing. That could have been a Chelsea thing. Gusto assisting Cherki, but yeah, Cherki obviously not coming. Mudryk needs time. Wait until you see. Yeah, look, I'll tell you what, guys, when this guy comes good, because mark my words, he will come good. I will be there and I'll be feasting and dining out on this success and mudding everyone that doubted this guy. And I'll shamelessly be reveling in it. No, don't make no mistake about it, people. Make no mistake about it. I will shamelessly be reveling in that situation. I wonder how many people from the club feel about all these online trash talk. Look, I think they'll be aware of it. Of course, they'll be aware of it. I don't think they sit there and watch it. And I guess people will use it as motivation to prove the doubters wrong, as it were. It'll definitely be used as a motivational tool. No two ways about it. By the way, guys, we've got 58 of you locked in still. 62 likes. Let's try and get this to 70 likes as quickly as possible, people. Let's get this up to 70 likes. Come on, guys. Do your thing, people. Do your thing. Let's get this up to 70 likes, people. 8 more likes. If you're locked in now, you've not smashed that like button, make sure you hit the like button, people. Simple as that, guys. Let's get it moving. Run those likes up to 70. There's definitely 7 of you locked in that haven't smashed the like button. Mudryk suits counter-attacking football. Bring him on when we are winning and build his confidence. He's not suited to tick-a-tacker. Well, look, Mudryk always gets his minutes it gets like 10 minutes when we're chasing a game and the game's stretched. And he's just no good. You just can't do anything in that. Speaking of Malo Gusto, I think he's arguably our player of the season so far, along with Sterling. He's been fantastic. Yeah, Gusto's been great. I think he's probably playing more football for Chelsea than he expected to at this early stage. But Gusto's going to play a lot of minutes for Chelsea because we know that Reece James is quite injury prone. I can see Gusto playing a lot of games for us, and yeah, he's done really well. In fairness to him, he has done really well. Mudryk 97 games, 12 goals and 21 assists. All the Ukrainian league, but 3 goals and 2 assists in the Champions League. I don't think that's terrible. I don't think it's terrible. Like, look, it's not just about goals and assists. Of course, that's what we want from him at the end of the day. But I think he's got more to his game than that. Do we want to have a little look at the Malo Gusto assist? I would start Gusto in games and put Reece on the bench, giving him 10 or 20 minutes. Yeah, I agree to start with. Mudryk needs more. He just needs to be trusted. He just needs to be trusted. I don't even know who's actually ever played a full 90 minutes for Chelsea yet. I'm not sure if that if that's happened yet. Yes, Paul, appreciate you, brother. I try my best to get through as many of the comments as I can, because I always say the streams are nothing without you guys and the community that's being built here. So yeah, big up to yourselves. Mudryk's the new Sean Wright Phillips. The earlier we set expectations, the better for all of us. I don't think anyone set any. Oh, people have obviously set unrealistic expectations for themselves. I certainly haven't myself personally. I've not set ridiculous expectations on Mudryk. Would I have expected more so far? Yeah, sure, absolutely. But at the same time, I understand maybe why it's hard to make. For me, it's hard to make a judgment on Mudryk because he's not been given a consistent run of games to show what he can do. And until that's happened, then it's hard to make a full. It's hard for me personally to make a full judgment on the player. But absolutely, all the tools are there, the work ethic's there, the mindset's there. It's just about now putting it together on the pitch. In my opinion, that is what we need to do, people. That is what we need to do. But yeah, anyway, we'll get back to this Mudryk thing. Let's have a look at the Malo Gusto assist for the French under 21s. Let's bring that up on the screen.
So
we've got a Gusto assist. There he is, little right back thing. Oh, nice. Against who's that? Against Slovenia. Let's have a look at that once more, guys. Henri loving that. So it's Gusto down the right, into the mixer. Cherky, nice. Side foot finish, top bins, opens the body out. Let's have one more look. I mean, look, the marking's not great, but it's a nice ball into the box, and it's a Malo Gusto assist. What more can we be wanting, people? What more can we be wanting at this point in time? But I think this just goes back to, I think Cole Palmer has just scored a goal as well, people. I agree. You cannot blame Mudryk for playing poor when everyone around him is bad except for Sterling. No attacking player has been. Why does look? So can someone answer me this? Maybe if they know why does Mudryk get more heat than Mudryk, other than price tag? Why? Mudryk for me seems to get next to zero criticism. Why does Mudryk cop loads outside of the price tag? I love the backing, but he's getting time on the national team and he does nothing. I think, like, if you watch how Ukraine play, like, I don't know why he was getting criticised for his performance against England, because there wasn't exactly a lot for him to do. Ukraine hardly had any of the ball. But yeah, Cole Palmer has smashed one, top bins. I absolutely agree on that. Assist a la Reece James, yeah. It's half on the manager too. I mean, Mudryk should have played against Trent. He would have run them and ragged. We need to look at who would be marking him too. We have to set up our players for success. I do agree to an extent on that. You know, matchups do make games and stuff. So if you see someone that's better suited, like, it would have made sense to do that. It absolutely would have made sense to do that. But yeah, Cole Palmer has smashed in for the 21s, just waiting for a clip of the goal to appear somewhere. But yeah, Cole Palmer has scored. English bias, yeah, I think that could well play a part in it as well, for sure. Gusto is so much better than Aspie was last season. Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, greatest respect to Aspie, his legs have gone a little bit, and he was kind of finished at this kind of level for me. He certainly is. It's a miracle that Ukraine can fill a national team to begin with. Okay. Croatia still has endurance. Yeah. Mudryk was subbed on too late against Liverpool. Yeah, he absolutely was. And look, again, it's so difficult. What can you really do in 10 minutes, people? Can someone tell me what you can realistically do in a football pitch in 10 minutes that's going to, like, earn you the manager's trust? All you can do is work hard and try your best. Simple as that. That's all you can do. That is all you can do. But yeah, look, it's kind of mad, the criticism, and he gets more criticism than any Chelsea attacker going right now, and it must be because of the price tag that gets constantly misquoted. The only money we've paid for Mudryk is £62 million. I'm not dismissing that, but he should be comparatively, in my opinion, should be compared with the likes of, the likes of Brennan Johnson, for example, in terms of similar price tag. That for me is what should be happening. I understand it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, but yeah, it's peak really. It is. I just don't understand why that's happening. Why is that happening? What have we got? Have we got any clip of the Palmer goal? Come on. Cole Palmer getting a nice confidence boost ahead of the return to the Premier League with Chelsea, a nice assist and fine goal. Drilled it top bins. Rah, Vincent Company. Bin Diesel. That's mad. So hopefully a clip emerges on the timeline for this. I want to see the Cole Palmer goal. I want to see that Cole Palmer goal. Yeah, Palmer could be decent for us, people, but I think with what you need with young players is if young players are going to get any better, and this is particularly for Mykhailo and Mudryk, but young players across the board, they need regular minutes, they need trust, they need confidence, they need to be fit like all players. And right now, Mudryk doesn't really seem to have the confidence or the trust of the manager. But Poch just needs to chuck him in and see what happens. Simple as. Needs to chuck my man in and see what happens at this point in time. He absolutely needs to do that. He has to do that, in my opinion. He has to do that. What else have we got going on? Here we go. The Cole Palmer goal can be brought up on screen. Agreed, we got to play Palmer as a 10. We have to play him as a 10. Simple as. Where is it? Here we go. Let's get the Palmer goal up here.
It's a brilliant goal from...
So, Cole Palmer, people. Let's have a look. So, that's Mudryk. Cuts in. Palmer. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Look at that finish, people. That wasn't Mudryk. Who was that? 21. Oh, Byron Gittins, that was. I mean, it's poor marking, sure, but that's little finish on little half turn thing. That's class. Has that smashed top bin? Has that smashed underside of the bar and gone in? It's great to see Cole Palmer playing so well centrally as well. I know these are only Luxembourg, but it's a confidence boost. It's a nice finish. It's a really nice finish, guys. What are we saying about that finish? It seems like our season is being dictated by a series of missed chances. That Martin chance against Liverpool, the Enzo penalty, and Caicedo mishap. We have to play Palmer as our 10 until Nkunku comes back. I agree. Shots from distance. Yeah, it's a good finish there. It's a good finish from him. Palmer, Mudryk obviously cooks. Is Poch watching this? Poch needs to be watching it. We need to be seeing the Palmer, Mudryk, Sterling front line against Bournemouth. That needs to be what we're seeing, people. That needs to be what we're seeing. Maybe Pochettino doesn't like what he's seeing in training. Mudryk needs to clear his head and work on passing, timing, runs, and finishing. Look, maybe he prefers what he sees from the other guys. It's hard to tell, but we're never going to be able to get an accurate reflection of Mudryk until he plays and gets a run of games. Remember what happened when we had those injuries under Thomas Tuchel and Hudson-Odoi started sort of 8 or 9 games on the spin? How he suddenly looked so much better because he was consistently playing and he knew he was playing and he kind of had the trust of the gaffer. And all those things make a big difference. They all make a big difference. So, you know, if he can get that, then fair enough. That's what we need. That is what we need. Simple as that, people. But yeah, look, first things first, Cole Palmer absolutely has to start. Simple as. But yeah, I mean, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that front. I agree. I'll play number 10. Just imagine that's the Bournemouth Stadium. Yeah, exactly that. I remember the fair point. Yeah. Yeah, I also agree on that. I've been banging that drum for a while, but it's not going to happen until after the Euros, so there's no point us getting too excited about him potentially going because, yeah, it just basically not really looking like it's going to happen, people, before the Euros. No chance on that one. What other Chelsea news have we had going on, people? Let's have a quick look. At least we've got man balling out for the 21s, which is good. Just want to see the Palmer Mudryk link up for Chelsea. Surely Poch is watching this. Surely he's watching. We've had good showings from players in the 21s, guys. They've been doing a bit of a mad. They've been like got Gusto assisting. We've got Palmer on the score sheet. Mudryk assisting. Palmer assisting. You know, we've got decent things cooking, guys. You know, we just need to see it. Just need to see it on a more regular basis now. That's what we're talking about. One thing I will talk about, guys, is that the Chelsea striker shortlist, possibly that came out the other day. Who is on that shortlist? Let's have a quick look. Benjamin's. Let's go see if I can find it. Let me just see if I can bring this up and we can discuss these strikers. Yeah, Benjamin Sesko is a madness. This was it here. So we're gonna get the thoughts on this. So apparently, according to Give Me Sport, Chelsea have a 3-man shortlist for the strikers position: Ivan Toney, Ollie Watkins, and Benjamin Sesko, who's valued at 80 million euros by RB Leipzig. Sesko's a baller. I'll give you that. He's a young guy. He'd obviously fit the mold in terms of age, but for me, if you're looking at it right now on those 3 people, Ivan Toney has got to be that guy. Simple as that. Ivan Toney has got to be the man for the job. There's no two ways about it for me. Yeah, Berhalter's not really that popular with the US, I don't think. It'll be a tough match tomorrow, agreed. How is Southgate still picking Maguire for England? I totally agree on that. Legends of Europe, great to see guys in great shape. Yeah, absolutely. Great to see so many legendary and old faces back at Stamford Bridge. A real trip down memory lane for that one, people. A real trip down memory lane. But I mean, yeah, it's all good. Definitely Toney, fair. I'll go for Toney in January. I think his link up with Nkunku would be great. Look, I like Ollie Watkins, but I think he needs to have another big season this season to prove that it's not kind of just a one-off sort of thing. But he has done well. Sesko, again, is another really exciting young talent. But I think for me, we need a bit more of a proven striker, a proven goal scorer. I think Sesko could potentially be one of the best, but we don't really want another one with potential. We want someone that's going to, we want someone that's ready to come in and make an instant impact sort of thing. So yeah, let's we're gonna wait and see on that one. I think Toney, for me, Toney's gonna have a lot of options for sure. No two ways about it. They got a few shouts for Sesko. Yes, big up my guy. Hope you're good. Toney will get a ton of bids. Yeah, he'll get a he'll get a lot of offers, Ivan Toney. There'll be a lot of offers for him. But I think, look, Chelsea could be an attractive offer for him. He doesn't have to leave London or anything like that. I do wonder whether we'll try in January, maybe sign him in January. Who knows? It's certainly one to keep an eye on. But out of those 3 options for me, he's definitely the one that I would be, I'd be most keen on that option for me. All the youngsters have fantastic potential, but with age comes experience and discipline. You have to expect mistakes from the youth. No, absolutely, bro. You have to. This is what annoys me when people get frustrated at young players for being inconsistent and making mistakes. Firstly, every player makes mistakes. Secondly, you're going to get mistakes from young players and you're going to get inconsistencies. That's just what happens. It's as simple as that. That is just the way it goes. That is what happens. If you're getting annoyed at that, then that's on you. You've got to change your mindset. Young players are going to make mistakes, people. We've got a lot of youngsters in the team. There's not that many senior players for them to be learning from. They're going to have to learn from each other. They're going to have to push each other on. And we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. In January in regards to a striker. I mean, bro, Chiesa's not a striker. He's a wide man. Look, everyone sells for the right money, but I think ideally they'd like to not sell him in January. I think Tony maybe owes it to Brentford to stick with them, considering how good they've been with him. So maybe he leaves in the summer, or maybe there's a deal done and he spends the rest of the season at Brentford. Potentially, it's who knows? It's a bit of a tricky one, but yeah, look, I think from that list, I'm sure there may well be others on the list as well. I'm sure, in fact, I'm almost certain there will be. So we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna wait and see what happens on that front. We are gonna wait and see what happens, but right, mad. Pogba's been slight tangent here, people. Pogba has now been provisionally suspended for an anti-doping offence. Decision has been officially confirmed by Italy's National Anti-Doping Tribunal statement. That's a mad one. Pogba suspended initially. 80 million euros, reportedly. Reportedly, he's valued at 80 million euros by RB Leipzig. If he has a decent season, I think they could well look to push that up. I mean, yeah, with Silva is only one experienced. Yep. Tony should be like 65 max. I agree, but with the way the market's going and how important he is to Brentford, I could see Tony costing maybe 70 or 80 potentially. Chiesa is proof he can come back from an ACL injury. He looks really good. Yeah, no, he does. I don't know if he's as good as he was pre-injury, but of course he's not really the player that we need right now. So yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, done for testosterone. I mean, obviously, I don't want to. It's in kind of innocent until proven guilty in terms of we need that he needs that second sample to come back. But those things are normally cut and dry. If they found it in the first one, then they're going to find it in the second one. And whether it's a mistake or not, you're going to face some sort of ban. And you know what? I do feel a little bit sorry for Pogba. He's had all these injuries. It's not quite worked out for him. He's got so much talent. And the career at the moment is just kind of falling away from him. If it's a year ban, if it's 2 years or whatever it might be, it's pretty peak for him. I can't lie. It isn't ideal at all if we are being totally honest on this front, guys. If we are being really honest with ourselves, then yeah, it's unfortunate. It's sad to see, but anyway, we've got slightly sidetracked on that. Datro Fofana to Leipzig could make sense. Already in the Bundesliga, swap with cash for Sesko. I mean, look, potentially that could well be maybe an option there. Sure. That certainly could be an option. We're gonna wait and see, people, on that front. We are gonna wait and see. Could have bought the Turan brothers for 60 mil last January. Possibly, but I'm happy with what we've got, really. I don't want to spend lots of money on another striker like what happened with Lukaku. I agree, but I think Tony would be good. Brentford a well-oiled unit to be getting by without Tony. I agree on that. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, people. It is gonna be a tough one. We need a top striker in January, but right now there's no point worrying about that just yet. I know January will be with us pretty quick. It's almost kind of round the corner, which is a little bit of a madness when you think about it. Like the summer window is only just closed and all that business. But yeah, we're gonna have to be thinking about it. We're gonna have to be planning. We're going to have to be seeing what's going on. But yeah, I mean, just away from the strikers thing, guys, on Badiashile, he might well feature. He may feature for Chelsea's under-21s and is said to be targeting a return in the Carabao Cup game against Brighton. And Nizar Kinsella reporting that Chelsea are very excited about his return. Fair play. I would be excited about the return. Absolutely. I would definitely be excited by the return. No two ways about it, people. I'll be well excited for the return of him. What else have we got going on, people? But what else have we got here? It is all in Brentford's hands. Agreed. Do you think Broja could play in any of the next 5 matches? Yeah, for sure. I don't think starts necessarily, but for sure he should feature absolutely. And as well as Jackson's done, it would be nice to have a striking option from the bench. It would be nice to have a striking option. So yeah, I expect him to. And there's also the Chelsea tax as well. The price does seem to go up. Whenever we're linked with players, it always seems to go up. What about Reece James? Yeah, I think he will. I don't know if he'll feature against Bournemouth or not, but I don't expect him to go straight into the starting lineup. I expect him to come off from the bench and be eased back in for sure. That would be how I would be looking at it personally. I think he's going to come on. I think he's going to be coming on. That for me is what's going to be happening. Yeah, Reece up top. Why not? You never know. Could be a decent finisher. Well, I think he knows a decent finisher. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that, unfortunately. I'd like to think so, but I honestly don't know. By the way, guys, still 62 of us locked in. Only 76 likes. Come on, people. Come on. Let's get this to 80. And another 4 likes. If we can hit 100, that'd be fantastic. We're really going to round this out. Excuse me, in the next 5 or so minutes, guys. So please smash the like button if you haven't done so already. Let's get this as close to 100 likes as we can. We need 22 more likes. And guys, see if we can get a few more subscribers. If you're new round 10, you've not smashed that subscribe button, please do hit that subscribe button. I'm 1 subscriber away from 6,330. That's one of you people. Please hit that subscribe button. More than one, but yeah, if one of you could do it, that would be greatly appreciated, people. You'd be doing me a massive favor. We're now 19 likes away. We're getting close to that 100 likes mark, people. This is what we're talking about, guys. This is what we're talking about. Will there be another international break next month? Unfortunately, there is. After the game against Burnley on October 6th, their international break, and then there's no games again until October 21st. That is it's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is right now at this point in time. So yeah, when we have Chelsea manager, we always rush Reece James back like last season. Yeah, but we don't need to rush him back now because we've got Gusto. That's the big difference. That's the big difference, people, is that we don't need to rush Reece James back anymore. We can take time. We can take our time. What else have we got going on? Is there much else going on, people? Yeah. Let's quickly cover Villa did a job on us last season. Yeah, they did. Well, we beat them at Villa Park, but at Stamford Bridge, yeah, they did. I can't lie, they pretty much schooled us. There's no denying it. They pretty much schooled us. Excited to see Broja at striker. May surprise people. Well, it's going to be a surprise for everyone because no one really knows what to expect from. No one knows what to expect from Broja. We've got very little to go off. Very little to go off. So, yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see, guys. We are just gonna have to wait and see at this point in time what we are going to do. I don't know what the answer is, but we're gonna wait and see, people. We are gonna wait and see what happens. But Breuer's gonna be interesting. I think look, he just needs to build his match fitness up for sure, and let's not put too much pressure on him. He's been out since this last December. He hadn't really played a lot of football before. He looks a bit of a handful. He's got good attributes to be a success at Chelsea. He looked good for Southampton for the first 6 months of his loan spell. The second 6 months, he fell off a little bit, wasn't great, as I was going on about before. Inconsistencies in young players. That's what happens. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be, all I will say is it's going to be good to have another option from the bench. That much is clear. It's going to be really important that we're going to have another option from the bench, guys. That's what's going to be exciting, is we just got a different option to mix it up at the top end of the pitch if we need to. But it's another attacking option. It's another player from the bench now that is potentially going to miss out on getting minutes that they need to help with their development. So Poch has got some difficult decisions to make in regards to who's going to be featuring, who's going to be used on the bench, and kind of who isn't. There's a lot of youngsters that need minutes, and there's not enough places in the team for them to get all those minutes. So, what are we going to do, people? What are we going to do on that front? It's going to be an interesting one. It is going to be an interesting one. That much is absolutely clear, people. But guys, I think it could almost be time to round this one out, unless anyone else has got any questions they want to fire in the chat very quickly. Then do let me know. I would agree on that, because there's no expectation on him. You know, there's no expectation. No one's expecting Breuer to come in and do anything. No one's expecting that. You know, so I think he's gonna have the time to find his feet, and hopefully he can hit the ground running and make a positive impact and score a few goals for Chelsea, kind of as quickly as possible. That is what we need. That is what we need, people. We are desperate for impact to be made as quickly as possible. But yeah, there's no pressure on him. Yes, brother, hope you're good. Not an awful lot, just discussing Lavia's injury, Mudryk, the attack, just bits and pieces, bro. We'll see Chelsea will be starting Sterling every match. I think Poch will be starting Sterling for most games at this point in time. I do agree on that front, which, yeah, it's a little bit annoying, I can't lie, but you know, let's see how it goes. If Breuer did not get injured last season, yeah, Breuer would have played loads last season. There's no point going back on it now, but yeah, absolutely, he would have got a lot of minutes last season, in my opinion. No two ways about it. He absolutely would have got a decent chunk of minutes. No two ways about it, guys. He would have got a decent chunk. Badiashile should start over the Sassy. Fair enough. I do agree on that as well. I do agree on that. Anyone? What else have we got going on here? Badiashile. Anyone seen? Yeah, Said's my guy. Yeah, I did see that, and I did enjoy it. Yes, no, Said's my guy. He's working hard, guys. Make sure you subscribe to Said, by the way, as well, people. If you're not done so already, Said TV, mate. Work ethic's unrivaled from that guy. So yeah, make sure you go and show him some love over there as well, people. But yeah, guys, I am gonna round this one out. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. I know there's not an awful lot of news going on right now, hence not yet. Hopefully tomorrow night against Scotland. Yeah, look, guys, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for the support. Thanks for getting involved. I know there's not a lot of news going on, but you know, you've got to keep involved, keep live. International break numbers not the best, but big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Big up to every single one of you that's got involved in the chat. Make sure you smash a like, people, on the way out. Let's try and get these 16 likes we need on the way out to hit the 100 likes mark, guys, and smash that subscribe button as well. Help the channel grow on the way to 7,000 subscribers. People, I will be back tomorrow with a watch along for Scotland versus England on Levi Colwell watch, guys. So make sure you come and join me for that. Scotland versus England watch along, general Chelsea chat as well, football chat in general. Make sure you stay tuned in for that, people. 7:30 p.m. UK time. Scotland versus England, Levi Colwell watch. So yeah, watch along coming tomorrow. But yeah, guys, thank you. As always, enjoy the rest of your evening. Smash the likes on the way out. Hit that subscribe button as well. And I'll catch you again tomorrow. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.